Place a medium-sized pot of water on your burner and turn it to high. Your pot will be acting like a base of a double boiler to melt the wax, so you only need a small amount of water, about 1 inch to 1.5 inches. Pour the soy wax flakes into the small pouring pot provided. Fill it to about 3/4 of the way full. Once the water has come to a boil, drop the heat down to a low simmer. Place the pouring pot into the pot of water, making sure it's no longer boiling. Initially, the pot may want to float up a little bit, but it will stop as the wax begins to melt. Stir the wax until it is completely melted. We found that a chopstick works well for this. One of the great things about soy wax is that it cleans up easily with soap and water, so you can use just about any utensil. Once the wax is completely melted, carefully drop the color chip in so that it doesn't splash. Continue stirring until the chip is completely dissolved and the liquid wax is of a uniform color. You can then remove the melting pot from the hot water bath and set it aside to cool. When the wax has cooled to a temperature of 125 degrees, remove your thermometer and pour one of the fragrances into the wax. Once again, stir the liquid wax to evenly incorporate the fragrance. Then allow the wax to cool to about 115 degrees. Pouring the wax when it is at a lower temperature will help reduce the shrinkage which normally occurs with waxes. During this time, use a hairdryer or a heat gun to warm the vessel that will contain the candle. This will help the wax to cool more evenly. With the glassware warmed and the wax at 115 degrees, you're ready to begin pouring. Do your best to pour the wax slowly and evenly into the container. This will help to avoid bubbles. Once you have the container filled to the desired level, it's now time to place the wick. We've found a popsicle stick with a hole drilled in it very useful for this task. Thread the wick through the hole and allow the popsicle stick to slide down to the wick's base. Slowly lower the wick into the center of your candle. The stick should hold it upright and in place. Tea candles are a great way to use up excess wax. Just pour the excess into the small plastic containers. These don't need to be heated prior to pouring. Then drop in the appropriate wick. The tea candle wicks are so small they generally don't need bracing. Let the candles solidify. In most instances, they will set up in about 3 to 4 hours and be totally solid in about 8 to 10. Once the candles have completely hardened, trim the wicks to about 1/4 inch in length and the candles are ready for use. These candles are made from all natural U.S. grown soybeans. They're a lot of fun to make and are lovely gifts as well.